And we're back with the second part. I wasn't initially going to make this a two-part thing, but I decided to. So this is like right after the first one. If you guys didn't see the first impressions video, I made it a two-part thing. This is the second part. So you know what? Now we're starting to get a sense of how the combat's going to be throughout the rest of the game, and you will see right here is a very good example. They try to, make it as cinematic, actually not as cinematic as possible. You see, every time these things are around, you get an eerie feel, and you almost feel helpless, because it's not like any other game where you gotta just, oh, okay, well, I can just fire at them right away, and you feel a little bit safer. You gotta weaken them down first, so you feel kind of stranded, and you gotta get rid of this darkness around them first. So it's a little bit more of a, feel like it's difficult, it's more difficult, and I love it. I think it's just an incredible way to play the game, and I'm not sure if any other games have done something like that before, where you got to do that for every enemy, and you got to play it tactical in a way where, actually we get the flare gun here, and if this was like a multiplayer game, people would be saying, and stop using the fucking flare gun, you pussy guy, because it's like the power weapon of this game. I've gotten to use flashbangs and flares. I've gotten a couple hours ahead. I stopped recording, so I'm gonna go back and record everything, and like I think it's like after episode 1 I stopped recording. But yeah, you can see right there that you get that little slow motion effect. You just know that this is going to be something really vital later on in the game, because what this is at the beginning here is really just kind of an introduction into how this game's supposed to be played. One big nightmare to kind of overcome before you actually get to Alan Wake's story and everything. So I decided, if you guys have figured out already, to do more of these. I was pretty happy with the amount of guys that like this. So and if you guys are wondering, where's this Call of Duty videos? Screw this gay game. I'm still doing them, guys. I got a Reach video on the way. I got some Invasion of that, and you can see this big presence behind us now. So this is the only time I've seen this so far, and you can see, like, I didn't know what to do here. There's no real guide. It just says get to the lighthouse, but there's a lot of intuition you gotta use in this game. And you notice if you guys watch me play this, if you follow this playthrough pretty closely, you're gonna notice there's a lot of ways you can go, but it's like you don't want to, because it doesn't feel right, but you do it anyway, because there's things that can help you, overcome the darkness. And but you almost feel like really stranded all the time, and I just love it. And I'm gonna let you guys, listen to this so you get a nice feel for the game.
Shh, baby. Just another nightmare. Everything's fine. You dozed off.
Right. Anything more than dozed off would be news for everyone.
Cheer up, handsome. We're here.
So there we go. We kind of get I just wanted you guys to see that, just to hear the music and everything, how it all just plays together to really immersive. So if you guys have this game, go into your own party. Don't listen to people. You need to play this alone. You need to hear it yourself just to kind of get a feel for it. So I figured out there's a lot of dialogue in this game. There's an extremely huge amount of dialogue. So I figured to do this properly, I'm only going to talk over this stuff, everything I can control, but cinematic cutscenes I will leave for you guys. Tell me if that's okay for you. This guy, I don't know if it's important, he's talking about, he's going to be a character later on in the game that you see. He is a radio station host and he's kind of just asking Wake, for an interview, because, you already know right away that just by listening to this, that Wake, he's a loved person by many. He's a celebrity anywhere he goes, especially in small towns like this. He's a writer that people, they love his books, and you actually get to see that in a second here once we get into a diner. So this is pretty much just what they're talking about. But I was actually taking this time, not to just listen too much to the dialogue, because it's it's easy to see, what they're listening to. But looking around and just looking at the graphics, this is pretty much the first time you get to look at the town of Bright Falls. And I think coming in slowly on this ferry was a neat little intro, to show what Alan Wake, who he is, by, talking to the radio station host there, and, getting a look at the town, because you're going to be pretty much in and around this town, through the woods, everywhere, throughout the whole game. So they kind of showed that in an interesting way. I think everything looks perfect. Oh my god, if I could make a game like this, I would, I would have released it already, and but I'm not that skilled. So thank God Remedy put this out after how many years. I don't know what the last game they did was, but you can really feel, by the way, Barry is on the phone. That's his agent. He's checking up on him a lot because he wants, he's your agent. What do? The agent wants money from you, and a lot of agents try to be really friendly because I think they work off commission or something. Whatever you make, they make something. But see, we're almost in Bright Falls here, and that's our wife, Alice. And, I don't know much to say about Alice. She hasn't been an incredibly huge character so far. Pretty much so, from what I've grasped, she's trying to lead you on to this place, just for a vacation. And this is what Alan Wake's here. He just wants to take a break from his everyday. He's having trouble. He's having incredible writer's block, which is like the worst thing for any writer. So, I don't want to spoil it, so I'll let you guys sort of put that together, why maybe his wife wanted him to come here, not just only for a vacation. It's pretty obvious. So we go to the diner here for a second, and she drops us off. But, this is where you get the big sense that Alan Wake is a pretty popular guy, and he wanted to get a vacation for this reason. He's probably sick of all the fame that he gets, and you hear that a couple times. He says he's got a couple little one-liners that he says. There's his little poster on the wall, and this lady goes absolutely nuts over him. So you can really just tell right away that it's such a small town place. Even people there know who he is. So hopefully you guys are liking these. Again, I probably shouldn't talk over this one, but I'll just explain it to him, to you guys. Certain ones I'll talk over, certain ones I won't. Vital ones I won't. But that one, basically, she's just, falling in love over Wake. She loves all his books and stuff. So hope you guys like this video. Second part of the First Impressions one, and I'll continue on with the playthrough again. Leave a comment. I'm still debating whether or not to do this. So ciao, guys. See you next time.